Welcome to those endless mysteries. We are in Oregon this week looking into our favorite cryptoid, Bigfoot. Oregon has some of the best habitat for a large animal to roam undetected. High mountains and vast forests. So let's get right into it then. This first sighting comes out of Clackamas County from August the 10th, 2008. This is the statement that the witness gave the BFRO. Near the end of August this year, 2008, a couple of friends and I went camping slash Bigfoot hunting around the upper Calawash River in the Oregon Cascade Range, east of Estacada, with the intentions of finding a spot I had been told about by a guide on a whitewater rafting trip I had taken with my brother in 2006. Unfortunately, when we got to our destination, I was the only one in the group that wanted to look for Bigfoot. Disappointed but not dissuaded, I tried to keep the rest of the group, two guys and one girl, at least somewhat interested in the Bigfoot search. To little avail. The first night we camped, under much protest, quite a way into the bush and away from the overcrowded campgrounds, where everyone felt more comfortable. We followed an old logging road until it ended at a very secluded spot atop a ridge and maybe 250 to 350 yards directly south of the clear-cut power line running east to west. The first night was interesting as we continued to hear distant wood knocking. They started around 11 p.m. Most were far off and very fast. 4 to 7 quick, sharp cracks directly east of us that would echo across the valley, only to be answered from another direction further south and then north. But at first they were pretty far off. Everyone thought they were gunshots, but this was a really dark night and these sounds were coming from pretty deep in the thick forest, accessed only by not well-traveled logging roads, and from at least three different sources that, for the life of me, sounded like they were communicating, so I ruled out gunshots. These sounds continued to get closer to our campsite. As the night wore on, at one point, maybe 12:30 or 1 a.m., the group wanted to drive over to the power lines, where the trees weren't so thick and you could see for several miles. I decided to stay at camp and hope for something to happen. Almost immediately after everyone left, I started hearing sticks breaking from the direction they had driven out on, and everything got real quiet. Now, I'm from Montana and have spent many a night camping alone in far more rugged mountains than I was in now, and have experienced most of the wildlife, at least partially up close and personal, that our American forests have to offer. But I gotta tell you, I got a little spooked while they were gone. I did what any self-respected outdoorsman would do and put a lot more wood on the fire. I didn't hear anything at the time that sounded too bizarre, but I was glad when everyone got back. My buddy asked me if I was knocking rocks together while they were gone. I told him I hadn't and asked what they heard. He said that they were out looking at the valley from the top of the road we came in on, about 250 to 350 yards away, and they all heard distant knocking coming from the direction of our camp. He said it sounded like rock on rock. Later, after everyone had gone to their tents, I again decided to stay up. At around 3:30 a.m., I heard a very low grumble with a huff followed by what sounded like a lot of breath being pushed out and very close to the fire. Maybe 30 feet? At first I thought it was a bird or something. Then, almost immediately, another answered the first from across the clearing we were camped in directly behind me. I put my flashlight on where I heard the sound coming from and it would stop. 10 minutes later, it would start up again. I don't know why I didn't get anyone up to listen with me, but I didn't. This went on for about an hour until the sun started to brighten the sky and you could see a lot better. I never heard walking or any more sticks breaking, but those grunting noises were definitely close and there was at least two of whatever was making them. It wasn't until on our way home that my buddy told me that he had heard the grunts too, and I love this. He was too scared to get up and investigate. The next day we went looking for another campground. I didn't want to leave, but I was definitely the minority on the subject. As we were driving down, I believe it was FR 43, my buddy and I in his rig and his friends behind us in theirs. Something very big ran across the road about 150 yards in front of us. It was dark brown or black and uniform in color and at least 8 to 9 feet tall and moving like a freight train. It was huge. We only saw it for maybe a second before it tore into the trees, running from the right to the left. My skeptical buddy looked at me and said, "Did you see that?" I had my video camera in my lap, but there was no way I could have gotten a shot of this thing. It was really moving. We stopped where we thought it crossed the road, and you could see quite clearly where something had came down the incline on the right side of the road. We didn't smell anything. We got out and I climbed the small incline that it had came down to investigate, and after 30 minutes or so found a barefoot track 18 inches long and 7.5 inches wide and got video of it. I can send you the video and have other stories of the area as well. We did have material to cast a print, but since it was in the mossy ground that covers most of the Oregon forest, my buddy refused to cast a print, claiming that we wouldn't get anything from it. I was furious, but it was his stuff, and I learned the hard way to pack your own gear. That's the end of the statement. Here's a news article from the Fox News website. This article was first released in The Sun by Shane Keach on December 10, 2019. Explorers and scientists are on the trail of legendary creature Bigfoot in the forest of Oregon. They say they may have captured video footage of the beast in an area where thousands of Bigfoot sightings have been reported. The ape-like Bigfoot creature is thought to be real by many Americans. In fact, more than 10,000 people have described eyewitness encounters with Bigfoot in the U.S. over the past 50 years. Around a third of all Bigfoot sightings are reported in the state of Oregon, which makes it a prime target for Bigfoot hunters. A team of experts has been searching for Bigfoot in the forests of Central Oregon as part of a documentary for the Travel Channel. The researchers tracked Bigfoot hotspots, analyzed footprints, and used thermal cameras to hunt for the legendary beast. One of the team members is Maya Mayer, a primatologist at the Florida International University. She said that an undiscovered primate hiding out in dense Oregon forest is totally within the realm of possibility, speaking to Live Science. Mayer previously discovered a new species of mouse lemur in 2001. The mouse lemur is very small, but she still thinks that very large primates could hide from humans very effectively. We've seen that through history with other apes, Mayer explained. When I went in search of western lowland gorillas, because of the dense vegetation that they live in, the fact that they're not habited and in fact avoid humans at all costs, there were times we were no more than 3 feet away from a 450-pound silverback and didn't know that it was there for a good hour or two. During filming for the documentary, Mare and her team managed to capture a moving object on thermal camera. It's impossible to verify whether this really is evidence of Bigfoot, but it gives fans of the creature hope. And when we were in the field, we were able to capture something on video that fits this description, she told Live Science. Very big and moving in an ape-like, if not bipedal, fashion. That to me is probably the most compelling piece of evidence that I've ever seen so far. Mayer shared the footage with another primatologist, and she says he was impressed. When he saw the footage, he was completely blown away, Mayer said. He agreed with me that something ape-like was far from its home. The Expedition Bigfoot documentary airs this week. This is the article I just read for you. I'm showing this to you because I want to talk about the video that's mentioned in this article. I'm going to bring up a still that's in this video. I can't play the video, but I can use this still. You can see the red heat signature here. Now I did see this on the Travel Channel when it aired, and this creature in the video was far away and had to be huge to still look this big in the video. In the video it moved and you could see arm movement. I don't think it was a person, it's just moved funny and the arms look to be long in the video as well. So if you get a chance, look this one up on the Travel Channel and let me know what you think. Now this next article comes from News Talk 870 AM KFLD. It's a short article, but the picture shows what is said to be a Bigfoot trying to cross an interstate. So let's jump into this article. Drivers near Hood River a few weeks back called the Oregon State Police and reported a Bigfoot sighting along I-84 in the middle of the night. The ODOT camera managed to capture the sighting. According to the Merrill County Watch, Oregon State Police received a frantic phone call about a Bigfoot sighting near the Hood River exit a few weeks ago. The caller described the thing as dwarfing the guardrail and too big to be a bear. Not to mention it was walking upright. The dispatcher immediately checked the ODOT camera and saw an image, and it certainly looks like something is there. End of article. So here I circled the creature in red, and it does look to be of substantial size, huge even, if you consider the guardrail is in front of him. Now this one I placed a yellow line where the guardrail seems to be running. And with most guardrails ranging between 32 to 36 inches in height, then he has to be over 9 feet. And has very wide shoulders, it looks like to me. So what do you think? Drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button to keep up with our latest videos. And thanks again for watching.